do have enough, more than enough. So we'll just set those aside. And that will go in our recipe. And now we're gonna start getting our butter mixed. So for this, using my mixer again. I love this thing. The butter's been out all morning, so it's nice. It's room temp. It's not liquidy or anything like that, but it's workable. So it'll have a nice texture to it.
And you don't want the butter to be hard, and you also don't want the butter to be too liquidy, like if you put it in the microwave.
That's right.
So you just leave it out for how many hours in the morning?
Well, it should only take an hour or two. Obviously in the summer, it's gonna take less time, but look at, I can just easily make these impressions. That's just right. So I'm gonna cream this for about a minute or so. It's kind of getting lost in the bowl. I think 30 seconds was better than a minute. And now we're gonna add our cream cheese. We use this entire 8-ounce package. And again, this usually stays in the refrigerator, but we've had it out sitting at room temp all morning, so I don't think we're going to need to soften it any more than it already is. To bring this over in segments and kind of chop it up here. I usually do, this is what my mom always did. And half and half. And half here and half there to make 8 chunks. And then she'd sort of just bring it in halfway at a time. You can do whatever you want. It still feels cold on the inside. Let's see how this is. Dump in the rest. Okay. So that is our butter and cream cheese mixture. If we tasted it right now, it wouldn't taste very good, but we're gonna make it taste delicious by adding powdered sugar and a little bit of vanilla flavor. I'm gonna start with the vanilla. I'm gonna just use a teaspoon of that. Just gives it a nice depth of flavor. So put that in there. Now this recipe calls for 1 box of powdered sugar. I had to look that up because my powdered sugar comes in a bag, but typically the boxes are 16 ounces, which is 3.5 to 4 cups of powdered sugar. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get this out of here, but let me just grab a measuring cup, a dry measure, a spoon. And we're going to get started on this, making this frosting sweet and delicious. If you have a better system, that would be preferable, but I don't feel like taking this bag out of this jar, so doing it this way. Okay, so we've got 1 cup. I'm just going to dump the whole thing in there, and we'll mix that in before adding our second. Well, this is pretty powdery, so I'm going to be careful it doesn't spray everywhere. Let me see. A little bit at a time. Cup in, and we're already getting some nice little peaks forming. It changes the texture, which is really good. Let's do another cup. Cups. We're probably a little more than halfway there. This is getting thick. I'm going to stop using the electric blenders now, and I'm going to move over to just a spoon. I don't want to over mix this, and I also am having a hard time. The noise, so I'll just get that out. Sorry for the noise, Dan. Okay, I'm going to get another cup of sugar. And this will be our 3rd cup of sugar. It's funny, I thought the white sugar would make it look whiter, but it's actually starting to take on a creamy light yellow appearance, which is typical. Okay, good. So we'll add another half cup and then we'll do a taste test. I need a new spoon. And again, because this is just to preference, to taste, I'm not being too fussy about the half cup. This is a full cup, but I'm just gonna fill it eyeball to halfway. I'll do that, see if we like it. And if this is sweet enough, we'll mix in our nuts and put it on the cake. Remember it being this thick, but that's kind of good. Sweet enough for me. Good with Chesapeake? Okay. Put in our nuts, and I may not even put all these in. I didn't really want a whole cup. Let's see how we like the look of that. It's good. So I think if the cake is cool enough now, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna put it on while it's warm, lightly warm. If it's too hot, the icing is gonna melt into the cake, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm hoping that won't be the case. Lefty, so I'm just going to keep it over here. Works better for me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get a warm